The following presentation contains depictions of heavy violence, vulgar language, and minor drugs. All intended for a mature audience. Viewer discretion is advised.
Think you'll be done by noon?
Oh, of course. There wasn't much mess anyway.
That's good. Well, I'm going out to get brunch. I'll open up when I get back.
There's no need. I can handle it all. It's no trouble.
Well, that's good to hear. I'll be going now. I've got someone I can't keep waiting.
Could you hold up a moment? There's something I want to talk about. Well, I'm worried about one of our frequent clients.
Let me guess. Aaron?
Yes, he comes nearly every night and drinks way too much. I think he's been neglecting his medical checkups too.
I understand. I just can't have anyone drinking themselves to death here. And I know the only man he might listen to. I'm sure I can get him to talk some sense into Aaron.
I'm not sure anybody could talk sense into him. He's working himself to death and his whole family is gone.
Alright, I'll bar him from ever entering the building again.
Really?
I may be a manager now, but I started out as a bartender once. Our job is about caring for our clients, making sure they feel safe and happy. I'd rather not have anyone dropping dead in here. It's bad for business.
But he's one of our best customers.
Doesn't matter. I don't think any of us want a death on our conscience. Besides, I need to set an example for whoever takes over the place after I'm retired. Now, I'll be going. Thank you for opening, by the way.
Did you hear the rumors about Josiah Willows? Why would someone with that much influence gain from associating with terrorists?
How may I help you?
Call Tyrene. I need to speak with her about something. It's important.
Let me check. Yes, she should be free right now. I'll let her know that you're coming.
Marty, I hear you've been promoted.
This isn't exactly the way I expected it to happen. Captain Everett's died. I'm getting bumped up to leading asset protection. I don't even get to select mount people.
Everett. Someone managed to kill that guy?
He was, found in his house. Guess he had drunk too much. Let the thoughts get to him.
No kidding.
How did that job go last night?
You never guess who I killed.
Pause. Is this something you're allowed to tell me?
Ease up, man. You technically outranked me.
I'm just messing with you. Seriously, who was it?
Josiah, freaking Willows.
For real? You were the one to finally put the old man down.
He killed his maid, right in front of my eyes.
At least she wasn't young. What's the plan for covering up such a high-profile hit?
We aren't. Signaled the cleanup team last night. They'll make it look like a technology protester broke in and off the man who put B-Corp on the map. He didn't have any security or anything. He also brought up my brother. He even called me Vagabond. That nickname is not common knowledge, is it?
Willow's been retired for years. No way he's keeping up with Security Bureau office gossip. He'd have to have done some research on you to know all that stuff.
And why would he do research on me? Unless he knew I was coming for him.
You saying there could be a mole?
B-Corp is huge. It's a possibility.
You need to bring this up with Tyreen. This shit is serious.
I know. I'm on my way to a meeting with her right now.
I'm gonna meet my new team in an hour. It seems we both got important things going on.
Well, see you around.
Good morning, Mr. Romuald.
Morning.
So, we need to talk about last night. You need to get your act together.
Yeah, I spoke with you on the phone this morning.
Stop being so damn casual. You got drunk while driving a car we paid for, and then wrecked it.
And it won't happen again, okay? I know I fucked up. I thought it was fine to drive.
What would you have done if you had gotten pulled over? Do you know the strings I had to pull to keep the police from filing anything about a crash? At least you got the job done.
Again, I'm sorry, but there is something more important we need to talk about. This morning, I had to break in. A man slammed a rifle to my head. Said not to take the next contract you gave me.
Shit, are you serious?
I was keeping my lips sealed until I got to tell you. I didn't even tell Martin.
God. Okay, well, I will find you accommodations until we figure out what is going on. I'll assign you a team as well for protection. How the hell could they have known what your next job was?
You tell me. That's why I haven't said a damn thing. They must have a mole if they know what my real job is.
We're in deep shit if we can't snuff this out. If what we're doing gets out... Fuck, Aaron. The Josiah cover-up. We're in deep shit if we can't snuff this out.
Oh, about Mr. Wells. He called me a vagabond, and he tried to talk me down by bringing up my brother.
God damn it. Why now, of all times? It's not likely, but Willows could still have some connections deep within the company. That would explain the nickname and how he knew about your brother.
The guy who attacked me, he said that they needed Josiah alive. They must have had some sort of connection with him.
Maybe Josiah got his information from the same mole as the man who attacked you. Josiah had a lot of reasons to hate B-Corp, and we've got no shortage of enemies he could have fallen in with.
Screw B-Corp. I need to know if I'm safe, Tyreen. I can't fucking go home and—
We wouldn't have gotten these problems if you weren't drunk all the time! I bet you drew attention and were followed from Mr. Willow's house.
I'm not taking the next job if it's going to get me killed, Tyreen. This is serious.
You think I don't know that? You aren't the only one who will end up dead if we don't solve this.
How are you going to fix this, then?
Don't speak to me in that tone. I'm your damn boss. You're lucky you're already so deeply embedded in company affairs. Otherwise, he'll be over for you right now.
How is the fact there is a mole my fault?
I'm going to talk to the higher-ups. Get everything figured out. B-Corp already ensures everything, but you must complete the next job.
Alright, fine. As long as I have protection.
B-Corp has managed to snuff out most of the gangs in the city, but this one in particular is still operating in multiple sectors of City 62. The Lancewood Mafia.
Right through here is, asset protection, Mr. Brown.
Right. Is there anything I should know before I meet them?
They're a tight bunch. I don't imagine they'll like you taking over command. But hey, I'm sure you'll grow on them.
you're the new captain.
Seems that way.
Good to have you, buddy. What's your name again?
Martin Brown.
So, look over here. This is your team now. I expect we'll all prosper under your leadership, Captain.
Leave him alone, Jay. He didn't ask for the job.
What? Just making an introduction.
That's Dr. Summers. This is Henry Mock, Jay Person, and Frank Collins.
Look, I didn't expect this any more than all you do. Apparently, some higher-up decided I'm best suited for the job. So, you guys will have to help me learn the way you operate. The way you do things.
You want to know how we operate? Keep your mouth shut. Maybe you'll learn.
Old man doesn't like you already. Tough luck.
Asset protection.
Don't envy you. No offense.
None taken? This isn't how any of us expected things to turn out. I think we all expected Mark to be placed in charge. I'm sure you get the gist of what our job is. As long as you don't overstep your boundaries, you'll be fine.
This is gonna be a long day. How long until I have something to do?
I know this is poor timing, but your team has been requested for something. Urgent.
What?
A recent shipment of prototype weapons was en route to our contractors at Fellstrand when it was intercepted by a well-armed insurgent group. We've interrogated the culprits and confirmed they were working for the Lancewoods. We've managed to track down the movements of the weapons. They are being purchased by an unknown party. They are meeting in the Ursicani district. We have confirmed that Trey Lancewood, one of the mob's frontrunners, will be at the meeting. Your job is to discreetly stop the deal, eliminate Trey, and capture members of the unknown organization. Any questions?
What about civilians? How busy is the spot?
It's just off 31st. There won't be much congestion. Police have been notified and will be escorting anyone in the area out. Anyone guarding the perimeter should also make sure to lead civilians away.
I assume you want me to handle Trey. Do we know the best vantage points?
There's roof access to a building adjacent to the deal. Charles will be driving you all, and you can point it out once you are there. Anything else?
What happens if something goes wrong? If they know we're coming?
There is no room for failure, Mr. Brown. All of the police forces in the area have been dispatched and are setting up a perimeter to watch for the Lancewoods as we speak. I think it should go without saying that our department needs this win right now. If that's everything, you have full access to the army. Just make sure to limit property damage as much as possible.
You will be fired from around 30 meters. You need to make sure the first shot hits. I recommend the compact Marksman carbine. You're familiar with its assembly, correct?
I used it a few times. Low recoil, right?
In case something goes wrong, try to avoid a second shot.
Everybody geared? You'll all be sitting in the back. We don't want to draw any attention to ourselves. You aren't very fond of B-Corp and Uchitskani.
Alright guys, so, where are we going?
Are you serious? We just got briefed!
Well, it was boring. I'm screwing with you! I knew that!
Did you?
Everybody, Shut up. We need to focus.
And just this morning, 3 men were apprehended outside the Willows residence, believed to be complicit in the killing. All 3 members of the Sardia activism group, which has grown increasingly violent as of late. Psychologists we consulted state that the men were likely to be returning to the scene of their crime, a common trait amongst criminals. This has triggered open criticism of Sardia and other similar groups, which are being labeled as violent organized.
I was in the area. Thought we could catch up?
Of course. You're welcome anytime.
I see you've kept the place very clean. Are you still working on that truck?
Not much else to do since Irene. Well, you know.
Thank you. I'm glad you had Tritec coffee on hand.
I bought it for the last time you came by. I don't really drink it myself, so it's just been sitting there.
Well then, I guess I need to visit more often.
Look, I'm not stupid. I know you didn't come here just to chat. It's summer. You have plenty of work to do. You want something from me.
No. I don't want anything. I'm really here just to check up on you. But...
It's Aaron, isn't it? He's gotten into more trouble.
I see him more and more. He's coping with something. I don't have the time to deal with every customer myself, but Sarah, one of my bartenders, she's worried about him.
I know her. Look, I've spoken to Aaron, and I'll do so again, but I don't know that I can get through to him. He's consumed by his work. He's slowly killing himself for them. Have you seen the news lately?
I think you should try taking a break from the news, Walter. You know they tried to be as divisive as possible, right?
You can't be ignorant forever, Jim. You knew the kid's father. You know how B-Corp consumed their family. And now it's got Aaron. B-Corp just keeps spreading further, digging its claws deeper. It has Aaron and it won't let go.
The kid just needs some help. I know you and B-Corp parted on bad terms, but they're just a company. Talk Aaron into quitting. See if that helps him improve his health.
I don't think that's a possibility. I get the feeling he's in too deep to make it back to the surface in time.
They never quit, do they?
Enough with all that talk. Charles, get them out of the way.
I don't understand. Why do they resist the good things that B-Corp is doing, like medicine or synthetic limbs?
A lot of them must have been hurt in some way by B-Corp in the past. Guess they just can't find a way to let go.
Tyreen, I'm glad you could join us.
Sorry, I had to brief my team on the asset reclamation situation. Manufacturing and distribution has left me with a lot on my hands.
Very convenient. We were just discussing the failures from within Mr. Abernathy's department.
None of this would have happened if the security traveling with the shipments was increased.
Something which would have happened if your department had gone through proper channels and put in a request.
We put in several requests.
2 years ago, before I was the department head. Even if you had submitted enough evidence for my predecessor to grant you resources, which were being put to important use elsewhere, they would have been transferred somewhere else long before the attacks took place.
Very well spoken, Miss Wrinkle. However, the security on the shipments themselves is not my primary concern. These were top secret shipments containing classified cargo. Am I correct?
Yes.
Then how did a group of uncoordinated petty thieves manage to track them? I'll extend this question to the room. How exactly did the knowledge of these shipments, what was contained within them, and the route they were traveling become accessible enough for a street gang to have it? See, this This, right now, is the problem. As the CEO of the Biotechnic Corporation, I have a list of duties greater than I can count. In order to perform these duties, I rely on accurate and succinct intel from you all. And right now, it seems as if I am either having information withheld from me, or that I am being lied to. Am I being lied to?
So, Aaron, right? I've heard a lot about you.
Yeah?
What was it like during the mission?
The mission?
Yeah, the one you got the nickname from.
Exhausting, I guess. I don't know. I can't really talk about it.
Why?
Because it's classified?
Yes, I'll conduct an investigation.
You don't sound nearly eager enough. This is a chance to save your career. I expect you'll have an explanation for me soon. Alright. Well, on a more positive note, let's hear about some things going well. Silas, any update on the Corellazine?
Testing has shown very positive results, even shifting you from a dopamine decrease to an increase. We've managed to limit almost all side effects on human subjects. We should be ready for a limited public launch before the end of the quarter.
Have any of the scientific departments and other projects begun to pay off? You've eaten up a lot of our outside funding.
Well, I suspect Project Umbra will yield us results soon enough, despite the project's length and some of its setbacks. I understand why Mr. Wickham was so adamant about its continued development.
Well, at least we are progressing somewhere.
So that's all you're gonna say? You killed people?
Yeah. Is our job?
Hey, we're almost there.
Thank God.
Everybody run your last gear check.
Wait. Martin's the leader. He needs to approve.
You approve, boss?
Yeah, whatever.
And all of these things are currently set to pass, so before the end of the quarter, we should be allowed to expand our share in automobile manufacturers without being considered a monopoly.
No, there has been some opposition in Congress.
Oh?
Don't be alarmed. Just some finger wagging from some righteous congressman whom we'll turn through our new financial endorsement program.
They may hold their positions. We can't be fully sure.
Mr. Dellinger, do you hold any reservations with our increased oversight?
Of course not. B-Corp makes up a substantial portion of so many important industry. Nobody's more deserving.
Well, I'm glad. If that is all, the meeting is adjourned. Wait, not you. Stay. The situation with the theft is being classed at level 6, but if the designs get leaked and replicated, it would be much higher. You know, the investors have serious concerns about our ability to keep a handle on these things due to the size of our organization.
The security department is working around the clock to plug all the leaks left in the other departments.
Are they? I heard that the agent assigned to Josiah Willows got into some trouble last night. Right now, I have no reason to doubt your leadership ability, nor your ability to plug leaks. However, if the leaks were to come from your department...
I promise the incident with Aaron won't happen again. I've spoken with him sternly. Asset protection is a tight crew. I have faith that we will have answers for how much information has escaped soon.
I want to believe you. But soon, we'll need more than faith.
I've heard a lot about you. Mamaldu, look forward to seeing what you can do.
I hope I live up to your expectations.
Everett would have liked this, us working together.
Guess that means we got to succeed for him.
I read his file. Do we really want to be working with a guy like that?
We're about to find out.
Excuse me, ma'am. I need you to follow me. There's a suspect in the loose in this area.
I'm sorry, but this area is being closed down temporarily. Please allow this officer to escort you out of the block.
I don't understand, ma'am. What's going on?
I see them coming around the corner now. When should we engage?
Wait for the buyers to arrive first. We need both parties. Once Aaron is confirmed to kill on Trey, the rest of us can engage.
We haven't accounted for all the gun runners. See if any of your boys have spotted anything.
You're late. I expected you to be a bit more punctual.
We arrived once we were ready. Show us the weapons.
Would you look at that? Trench coat over there has some sort of white rifle. I've never seen one before.
They're all in position. We'll engage on your signal.
You need to leave! It's not safe!
Hey, up there! Fire at the snap! Forget the cases, we need to move!
For Christ's sake!
Police business. I need to take your car. Sit behind the driver's seat so you have a good angle.
Put your hands in the air!
Nice card you got here. As with the rest of your gang, tell us, where are the other 20 the mat?
I can't say for sure, but it wasn't supposed to go down like this.
You better start remembering if you want to avoid the lawsuit from B-Corp on top of your sentence.
It was rhetorical, don't talk. The bullet could have hit your lungs, so breathe calmly and don't talk.
We should rough him up a little. These guys killed a cop.
We'll need to see if he knows anything useful first. Though I doubt he does.
This is Brown speaking. We found the suspects. Brown speaking. We found the suspects. They're in a red van and its license plate is DON-024. I repeat, its plate is DON-024. It's heading to Albano Street.
Copy that. Suspects have been identified in the red van. Heading over to Albano Street. Requesting backup. Over.
Police! You've got nowhere else to run. Get out of the vehicle and put your hands in the air.
Wait, hold your fire. We need him alive. We don't know if the others captured the third party. We'll need him in case they got away.
Hey, Captain Marks! And Aaron!
Yo, that was an absolute shit show. The guys ditched their supercars for a normal van, and they blew up and slaughtered police left and right. Most typical private security job, right?
On the broad side, we stopped the deal from coming through. Right now, coroners and investigators are dead set on finding out who's behind their backs. I hope that—
You know how difficult it is to find gangs from the dead members, right?
But we did stop a deal from going through. That's the end of it, right?
Not exactly.
Well, guessing they got away. We'll wait and see what shenanigans they'll be up to soon.
Is he stable?
There's heavy blood loss, and I suspect a bullet lodged his right humerus, but no major arteries.
They've routed us to the Origin Point Hospital, but I imagine B-Corp's already got a protection unit there for him.
Police don't seem suspicious. Once we get further into the city, route us to the base.
Got it. Just make sure he doesn't go into shock.
Hang in there, boss. We'll get you to safety soon.
Just about this afternoon, an illegal arms deal turned into urban warfare. Suspects driving high-performance supercars caused carnage with heavy weaponry towards police and locals. Identified suspect of...
This fall, mad science turns into bad science. One must fathom the wraith of his own creation. Starring Stephen Jefferson in The Shadow Morph, coming this fall.